So Moist Critical, aka Penguin Zero, aka Charlie, just made a video called Another Supergirl Disaster. And this time the controversy is that AI was apparently used during the design process for Lobo. And look, I actually agree with Charlie that AI in Hollywood is something we should probably be paying attention to. But after watching this, I have one question. What exactly is the disaster here? Because Lobo wasn't made by AI. Jason Momoa is literally right there playing Lobo. So what exactly are we mad about?
Get ye old slop live to peruse the happenings around the world, and his newest upload caught my eye. It was called the Supergirl Disaster, because I assumed this was just going to be about its box office performance being catastrophic. It did not go platinum. This shit went assnum. This was double urinal cake. It was a box office disaster. It was a bomb. This was not the slam dunk that they were hoping that it would be for the DC Universe reboot. It didn't even come close to breaking even. And I didn't catch up with like what it finished with in the box office. I just knew it was really terrible, like really bad. I'm talking like grand piano dropped on top of a Looney Tunes level bad. So I assume that's what the video was about, and I was curious, well, how bad did it perform? Turns out that's
I'm gonna stop him right there. And now I already made a video recently about the Supergirl movie. It was actually one of my first videos being back, and I'm gonna say it again. Social media killed the movie. Like all the after I started like looking through the lore of everything that happened leading up to the movie, it's obvious that everything that was going on with what people were saying online, what the studios were doing, what even the actress was doing, and even the director was doing, all of that kind of like people went into the movie already expecting for it to flop. But and the thing is with something like that is that when it comes to this movie, like a lot of the people that didn't like the movie, like was really just diehard comic book fans. And when it comes to media or just anything in general, word of mouth is what kind of gets things to travel. So if you have most because I was looking up some of the stats on it a little bit, around like 59% of the people, around 59% of the people that showed up for the movie were male. So like when you have all these people that are diehard comic book fans telling you that the movie's trash and everything, you have Rotten Tomatoes saying that the movie's a 56% and stuff like that. It's not gonna actually get people to go and see it, especially when you have other things coming out. And that's why things like Toy Story was able to do better than it. But if you actually sit down and watch the movie, it was actually not bad. But I go into my thoughts more on the actual video. As far as what I thought about the movie, I'm just throwing that out there. It wasn't a bad movie. You actually just have to go out there and see it. And another thing is that I'm tired of people acting like they read the comic. All right, I'm just gonna throw that out there.
not even what Supergirl is getting clowned on for at the moment. Apparently, they got caught with their pants down because they had behind the scenes footage that was unapologetically posted by Discussing Film showing that they used AI when making the movie, which sounds about right. It's not exclusive to Supergirl. I'm sure most movies coming out now probably had AI in the pipeline, and basically every movie going forward is going to as well. It's going to be a staple here because every industry is shifting towards finding ways to ham-fist it into every aspect of it, especially when it comes to cutting corners. And Supergirl just happens to be the first major example of a blockbuster that has now just got egg on its face, where it just openly shows them using AI.
You may have seen Supergirl, the second film in the DC Universe reboot, completely flopped and is the third worst performing movie this year. Warner Bros. And DC spent $170 million producing it and roughly $120 million marketing it and had to make at least $300 million to break even. Well, it got a 52% on Rotten Tomatoes, and at the end of its global box office run, it earned $126 million total. So it didn't even come close.
And that's what I thought the meat and potatoes of the Supergirl disaster was going to be. Just a really underwhelming movie that lost them a lot of bones. A lot of clams flushed right down the shitter. It's a movie that didn't really do anything for anyone. If you were a fan of the comic book that it was based on, you were probably the most disappointed because it deviated so far from the source material. I never read the comics, but this shit was still Snoozerville, USA. I still left really feeling like it was.
No, it was not. Like, and I'm tired of people acting like. Here's the thing. Like for me, like it's the fact. Like I'm happy that we have like these characters that we grew up with actually being brought to life on the screen. And I think that's like what a lot of people are like losing the vision when it comes to stuff like this is that the fact that they even took the risk, like that says a lot. Now I will say that this actually like I was doing more research and they're saying this movie was it was just as bad as Morbius, and it was actually as far as like the worst films ever, like they're saying it's like just as bad as like Catwoman in 2004, in a lot of other movies too. But again, it actually isn't a bad movie. Like I have some critiques about it. It's not a perfect movie, but it's not bad. They're acting like it was a 0 out of like it just shouldn't have been made. Like it was a 0 out of 10, and that's exactly what it was not.
A waste of money going to see it. It just didn't do anything overly well. And the movie has what I believe to be the worst needle drop in cinema history. Like I think it is so bad that whoever pitched that needle drop and whoever like greenlit that probably needs to have a psychiatric evaluation immediately. The Jimmy Eat World cover, like a baffling cover of Jimmy Eat World that's played in the movie in what's supposed to be like a pretty big scene. It's just so fucking outrageously dumb. That was probably from AI, if I had to guess now. Like in hindsight, after seeing what I've seen from behind the scenes, maybe that was Claude just playing a prank on like, have you tried the Jimmy Eat World cover here for this moment? Might help elevate it. People love needle drops. Really, every needle drop in this movie was terrible, but that one especially deserves a highlight because of just how awful it was. But like, yeah, if you've read the comics, you didn't like it. If you haven't read the comics, you probably didn't like it. If you're a big DC fan, you also most likely didn't like it because it's also just not good. It has all the same problems.
I'm a big DC fan. I love DC. I love Batman. I love Superman. I, I watched the Justice League growing up. I'm a big fan. And I actually liked the movie. It was a good movie. Not everybody that's a fan of DC hated the movie. Like you stop.
Old DC movies had. Like, I think the new Superman film was good. Everything that movie did well, this movie does poorly. They took steps backwards, so its performance being lackluster is unsurprising. I didn't expect it to be this much of a flop, but here we are.
Funniest one I saw is a Supergirl fan account on Twitter posted they were now watching Supergirl, and this was their last tweet ever. They still have not come back to the account.
Yeah, that got a giggle out of me. I went and checked. That is a Supergirl account who, for so long leading up to the release of this movie, was pumping their fist, extremely excited, trying to rally everyone behind Supergirl. Like, we're gonna go watch pure, absolute cinema with Supergirl. And then they finally go, now watching. And then just crickets. They haven't tweeted since. Now, the obvious way of interpreting that is that the movie was so bad they had to have that come to Jesus moment and reconcile with the fact that it was all for naught. It was all a waste. And they just close the account and move on. They don't want to face the music on that one. Or you can also look at it a different way. Maybe they were watching the movie and it was so good it fucking raptured them. Like, just sent them straight to Valhalla. Just cinema heaven. They were hoisted up by the angels because Supergirl blessed them so hard. But obviously that's not the reality of it. The movie's just not very good. So when you have a group of fans that are just super pumped for it, excited for it for so long, and they go see it and it's not good, it's kind of hard to just be like, oh, wow, that shit sucked. I mean, a lot of them have done that, but not everyone wants to do that, so it's just one of those things that it's best to forget that you were ever excited for it in the first place. Just let the disappointment marinate privately and move on, I suppose.
Anyway, in the latest disappointment today, they posted a behind the scenes about Jason Momoa, who played Lobo in the film. And people were quick to realize and point out that it looked like they actually used AI when they were designing the character of Lobo. With this clip and many screenshots going viral on Twitter.
Because
I think the red eyes for sure. And then
This one saying, being a DC fan is just an endless humiliation ritual at this point.
Yeah, that is brutal, man. Unsurprisingly, people aren't excited about the future of generative AI infecting everything that they interact with. So when they see it in a big budget movie like this, it's loathed. It's not something people are enthusiastic for, especially fans of these properties. They don't want it. And based on how Supergirl turned out, it's pretty clear that it doesn't lead to like an improved movie in any way. And it's really interesting that they'd use it for Lobo in particular. They have decades worth of comics to pull from that show Lobo. They could easily just pull from the comics if they really wanted to. Maybe they were AI generating specific poses of Momoa as Lobo, but even then, the fuck is the point? It's super lame. Also highly unnecessary. Doesn't do anything to improve or elevate the product. It just enshittifies it. Like, the best part of Supergirl was Jason Momoa's Lobo. And that's because he's just a good Lobo. Like, Jason Momoa.
All right, stop. All right, now I'm probably gonna show like right now that I'm completely a casual, but Lobo until Supergirl. All right, so never heard of this character, and I'm tired of people acting like they were writing for characters for so long when they like no one was talking about him. Like, okay, you probably read the comics a lot and you probably encountered him and you liked him, but like people wasn't like gunning for like Lobo. Like no one was talking for Lobo. I hate when people do that. Like even with music, for example, like nobody was talking about Nipsey Hussle until he passed away. Right? Like stop it. Like I get that you probably like these characters or these artists or stuff like that. But like I hate when people try to get behind the bandwagon when like they were never there to begin with. Now, me personally, I moved to California like a few years. Like I live in California, so you actually might hear some people just genuinely play Nipsey Hussle. Like no matter where you are, you actually might hear that, especially if you're down in LA. But I moved here like a little bit after he passed, but even just like on in just the internet and pop culture, like no one was talking about him like before that, and then after he passes, everyone's just apparently a fan, right? Same thing here with Lobo. Like who was talking about Lobo? Who was talking about love? Nobody. Like I see I see the vision. Like obviously as an actor, he would be the perfect person to play him. But I'm tired of people. I'm tired of people acting like that. Like that's why you went to see the movie and like you just love this character. Stop it, bro. Like no, stop it. And then on top of that too, that wasn't even the best part of the movie. If you want my opinion, the best part of the movie is when she finally put the damn costume on. Like I wanted to see Supergirl be Supergirl. Like, and I like seeing Supergirl interact with Clark. I like seeing her learn how to use her powers, and I actually like seeing them doing stuff together, saving the city, saving the world, like so, things like that. And I honestly, I think people are counting DC out. Like, there's just so much that they can do with these characters, again, it was not a bad movie, and I think they did something a little bit different with it too, is because obviously that's how we saw Supergirl always anytime she came on screen, other than like the one during like the Christopher Reeve day. Usually when we do see her, she's trying to learn how to use her powers. She's trying to learn how to coexist. Like because here's the contrast with Marvel and DC. Whereas with Marvel, it's more about like it's almost like a human like it's almost like a human like what's the word? It's almost like a human like uh sense of familiarity with these characters, and they're basically and they're almost human but they're not, and then they're basically potentially fighting with cosmic and like god level beings, whereas with DC it's more like these god level beings trying to exist amongst humans, if that makes sense, right? But back to the point, nobody was talking like I grew up with it. I grew up with it. No, I've never heard the name Lobo, not one time in my life. I've never even seen him in any of the animated series. Like, who knew about Lobo? Who? Stop it, man. Like, it's not the, and that was not the best part of the movie. It was not. Stop it. Like,
Was able to play the character well in what is an otherwise really boring, uninteresting film.
Another saying, man, this is just so disappointing to see after defending this movie with my life.
This is highly unimportant, but it's just something that is a huge pet peeve of mine. Don't be like this. Don't defend products with your life. Why are you fighting PR battles for these multi-billion-dollar companies that are never going to even piss on you if you were on fire? They wouldn't spit in your mouth if you were dying of thirst. Why are you defending them so vehemently? They don't fucking care about you. Like, why are you so passionately worshiping this kind of shit to fight for?
hey, you can say that for anything. I'm not even gonna cap. You can say that for anything. Like when everybody up here was raging at Sony for getting rid of video game, like getting rid of video game discs, like you could put that same argument towards that. Like the people, like the people that are so focused on keeping like physical media here and everything, they don't care about you either. I'm just saying like I think that's a straw man. You can use that literally for anything, like anything that you rise up about. Like I'm not trying to get into politics, but there's so much stuff that people like want to like have you like get up in arms and support for it. But yeah, like the people in like those specific areas or demographics, they don't care about you. If you ask them for help, they would not help you. So I'm just saying, like you could use that with anything. Like, because there's what don't defend something. The only reason I'm defending is because I actually thought it was a good movie, and I'm actually a fan of DC. Like, I grew up watching it, and like if you actually like, and I think what helped me enjoy the movie so much was that I literally did not see any like of the BS that was going on the internet with not only the studio, the director, the actress, and just people just walking into the movie looking to expect something bad before they even like sat down and watched it.
For it. It's so cringe. Stop making it like a whole personality trait. Like, go ahead and like things, really like things, but don't be like this defending something tooth and nail, spending hours of your time trying to like, go to bat for them with the shield out just because you like to consume their product. It's just embarrassing.
And how did they respond to this backlash of them using AI, you may ask? Well, it looks like the behind the scenes video has now been privated and is no longer viewable. Because we all know trying to remove something from the internet definitely doesn't just bring more attention to it. I can only
They removed it because everybody was trashing them for it. But like, but that's my whole point. Like, where's the issue? Like, where's the issue? Like, it was like yeah, like the thing. What I'm getting is like they're acting like like we watch like people on like the screen like as AI or something. Like Jason Momoa was the character, and I did some research too. Like he actually had input on like things he was wearing as far as like the spikes, the gloves, and stuff like that, and the chains and all that. And he was even asking them like if he could take some of it home. And then basically another thing I found out is that basically people can't just take stuff home that they have. So it's actually the property of Warner's. So they actually have to go up the food chain a little bit. So like this jacket, for example, if or in the grenade, like if they actually in the chain right there, like all that, like if he actually wanted to take that home, like he would have to like talk to like the big ups of Warner Bros. So they could do it. And I guess that can make sense because like if you go like to like Orlando studios or stuff like that, they actually like have like some things that were filmed in like some very successful movies, like still sitting in like the areas where they shot certain things till this day. So I get that, but like he had like a lot of input on the character. And but my issue is like why like what What, like, how did that like change anything that was happening in the movie? Like, yes, it appears that like AI was used in the Lobo concept. Okay, I get it, right? Yeah, yes, Warner Bros is pulling like they pulled the behind the scenes video. It, it does make it look worse, right? It is reasonable to question like whether the artists were displaced, right? Because another argument that you hear with AI and things like this is that maybe you have that either people that could have done the concept art they lost out on work, or you could go the ethical route where you could say a lot of people's likeness of Lobo was used to train the AI without their consent. Like, there's a lot of routes you could go down with this, but like well, like I don't see the problem with this, right? And obviously the final design, like we don't even know. But I kid you not, the final like what we got right here, that's not AI. That is not AI. All right. And calling the movie a disaster because of calling it another disaster because of an apparent AI concept, like that's a leap. Like that's a reach. That is a big giant reach right there. Like let me tell you this, right? Would you actually care if AI made your favorite movie? Like imagine, no, imagine like you absolutely love the movie, and then you find out afterward the studio used AI to generate some concept art during like pre-production. Like, does that change how you feel about the movie? Right? I don't think so. Right? 10%, 50%, whatever. Right? Like, where does your personal line like actually exist?
We assume they left the clip in by accident, not realizing it showed them using AI.
I imagine that's correct. They probably didn't realize how noticeable it was that they were utilizing AI for the project here. And from what I can tell, they have taken it down and are actively trying to like get it out of the public consciousness. It's that's never going to work ever. The Streisand effect is undefeated. It can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, can't put the piss back in the balls, as they say. So people have already seen it, and now that they're trying to like hide it, more people are inevitably going to see it. It's too late now. It's probably something they should just address. I would imagine at least let people know how much AI usage was in the production of Supergirl, maybe, which is always going to be hard to take like at face value because you're always going to question if they're being truthful or not. Like they easily could just say they only used it for this one very tiny thing with Lobo here and Jason Momoa, and that maybe's true, most likely isn't. So I don't know. There's really not a whole lot they can do about it after this fuck up. It's just not something people want. Like I think it's abundantly clear it's not something people want in their entertainment right now. And yet companies still keep doing it, and it's pretty clear that they know it's not something that is palatable to people, which is why they're now hiding it and they didn't make it known up front. And like you can see a lot of games on Steam in particular not wanting the AI tag there because I think it's just like this tag of doom because no one's going to choose to play it if they know that there's generative AI in it. Same thing with movies. They're not going to disclose all this AI usage if they don't have to. They'd rather you not know so that way you still just go see it because if they did disclose it, if there was like an AI disclaimer that Gen AI was used to like produce this or whatever, you're not there's going to be a lot of people that aren't going to be interested in seeing it, so you're not going to be getting the same amount of asses and seats for it. So it sucks. It's not surprising. This is only going to be more and more commonplace down the line, but yeah, the Supergirl disaster does just keep getting worse and worse for DC. It seems. Anyway, that's really about it.
Okay, all right. We're gonna close it off with this. Here's my take on the whole AI thing. As much as you hate AI, like as much as you hate it, like and as much as you don't want to use it, you would be it would behoove of you to learn how to use the technology because it's not going like I don't know why everyone hates it, but everyone acts like it's not going away. So like why not instead of like complaining about it, why not adapt? Like because you have one side, yeah, like this could be basically the seed that's planted for something that we probably don't want in the future, but I think the whole craze with AI has kind of gotten out of control. And there's two points I'm gonna make with this before I close the video. One, learn how to use it because if you don't learn how to use it, somebody else is gonna learn how to use it, right? So like that like so you can sit here and work 10 times harder, and then you can have someone put in only 25% of the effort you're putting in and then put out something, and since they're faster at distributing that product, they're going to get more people, yeah, that actually help sustain it in the long run. And then the second thing is that I actually think that, and this is going to be a broader topic for another video, but I actually think that with things like AI and everything like that, it's actually made the cost of entry into just anything much easier now. Whereas eventually we're going to get to a point where like your passion and whatever you like doing is just going to be a hobby. Like it's probably not going to be something that you can turn into a big giant career anymore because the cost of entry has gotten so low with AI. And I think that that's actually going to give us a renaissance of just content creation in general, whether it just be a person, a business, a studio, no matter what it is, a photographer, a journalist, no matter what it is going to give a renaissance of actually authenticity where with your content too. So I think since the cost of entry is so low, those who actually can understand like the craft and that can differentiate themselves, those are going to be the people that stand out in the long run. And then it's actually going to be your reputation down the line that's actually going to make you be able to even turn something that might be a passion or a hobby of yours into something that you can sustain your life off of. But if you are thinking about anything that can kind of help you get out of the rat race, it would be AI. Right? I'm gonna just keep it there. This is not Supergirl Disaster. Supergirl's not a bad movie. I have nothing against Charlie, but I just thought that was a reach. Like, what are we mad about? What are we mad about? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Is this actually another Supergirl Disaster, or are people still trying to throw like piles of hate on the movie when it actually was not that bad to begin with? Like the video if you did, subscribe if you're new, and I'm gonna have another video coming out soon. Bye.